How's it? Welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play Survival series. Now we're starting off today's episode more or less where we started last week's episode, but I'm very happy with this pathway and the masons are driving me up the wall, so I'm going to leave them alone for a little while. But I did want to show you what I've done with the entrance over here. So I've got rid of all the torches and put this lighting in. I've also put lighting under the floor here. I think it looks cool. And some shroom lights, or as my son companion calls them, baked beans. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Anyway, so there's one thing that's missing from this little section over here, and I think you'll agree that it's going to make it look a lot better. So let me just get my shelter boxes out. And I think if we put a little bit of oak logs there, and there, oh, cat, that's wood, don't scratch it, okay? And some leaves. Let's go there. Don't want to make them perfectly symmetrical. I think a little bit of imbalance here I think works. I don't know, or is it going to drive you crazy? I don't know. Cool. Okay, so I think we've done well there. Now the other thing while we're here that I wanted to show you was this floor here. Now I don't know if you remember, in my end portal I've got that well, let me just show you quickly. Hello? What are you guys doing here? Oh, we've got to name them, right? We've got to get them into this bit here, or at least one of them. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit distracted here, but let's see if we can get this right. Okay, I'm going to need, okay, don't panic. I don't know why I'm panicking, they're not any problem. Okay, we'll need one of these, one of those, and let's go for Piggy and Wiggy. Okay, Piggy and Wiggy, let's go. You can be Wiggy and you can be Piggy. Okay, now, how do I get them in here? Do I have to get them angry? Okay, let's try something. Okay, if I stand here and shoot one of them, but not dead, maybe they'll come and jump in themselves. Oh, that was easy. Alright, you guys, don't be mad, eh? Cool, now we've got, you guys can keep hop along. Oh no, one of them died. Piggy or Wiggy didn't make the drop there. Oh well, at least we got one. That's cool. Anyway, the thing I wanted to show you here, obviously, was the fog effect on the floor here. I'll clear this all up later. So what I think, where the dragon is, I think if we do something similar, but on a smaller scale. I've actually done something like that in the ice hut. You know, the experiment hut that I made last episode? We're going to go there again now quickly, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Yeepa! There we go. What do you think of that floor? I think it looks pretty amazing. I know I use the fog effect a lot, but this is why. Anyway, this is our new resident. I haven't named him yet, but our resident scientist. When he sleeps over here, it's really funny. It looks like this thing is giving him a brain scan. If I get any recordings of that before I have to put this episode out, I'll put it in here quickly. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with this again. But the other reason we're here, before we go back to the dragon display over there, is apparently there's been a problem with polar poop periodically appearing in the paddling pool. Jeez, try to say that 10 times fast. Look at that. Oh man, it's disgusting. Dude, no. No wonder these guys don't want to use it. What is an environmentally friendly way to get rid of Okay, quickly while we're here, let me show you how I made that happen. And down here is a little secret entrance. Okay, there's a dispenser over there. And let's go further down. Okay, inside here is a machine that runs on this cactus over here. So every time it thinks it wants to grow, it tells this observer, and then it breaks immediately because it's got this glass pane next to it. Okay, so that sends a signal up there to the note block. Sorry, up there to this note block over here, which pulses this, which has a 1 in 3 chance of getting a signal strength of 2, which will pulse this observer and will go up. So only, you know, these cacti grow very slowly and not very often. So it just means that every now and then, when we come and look, we'll see some polar poop dispensed. I didn't want to, you know, ruin the surprise, you know, behind the scenes, but I thought, you know, it might be valuable to know how these kinds of things are built. I'm going to go and work on that floor underneath the dragon, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. There we go. What do you think? I've even done the windows and changed the windowsill carpets to black. I think it looks rather cool. Boo. Yeah, man, I'm really very happy with this. I think it really makes it. See, it looks like a drop off the edge there. And that's really cool. Okay, now what we've got to do is go to the Nether, because I want to work on the piglin pens that I've been making. I've just been kind of clearing the area out and having a few ideas. So let me put my Goldie boots back on. There we go. And boom. Let's go. Oh my god. What the hell was that? Oh, I've got goosebumps all the way down my back. Oh, let's get the life out of me. Goodness gracious. Okay. Let me see if I can just repair this damage. Yo. Anyway, sorry about that. So here's the soul sand corridor that I made, and I love the way these particles come out and how fast you move. It's like having dolphin's grace. Hey piggies! So obviously this needs a lot more work. Looks a little bit raw. I've chucked a few mushroom lights here and there. But you know, over time I'm going to work on it. I tried to see what it looked like with the crimson stems here. I don't know if it's too much red, but over time that's going to be developed and worked on. But I do need to go and find some more soul soil to finish it. But the problem is I get really scared going around the Nether. I mean, the other day I got so lost in the Nether and I was too scared to find my way back home that I went into the overworld and went 10,000 blocks in a straight line rather than get lost. So hence why I've got all this stark blue color on the staircase over here, because down there is where I go to my portals, you know, to the end portal, and where the skelly farm is and all that kind of thing. So I need to make it very visible, because when you're flying around there it can be quite scary and disorientating. But to fix that, I've decided to get a lodestone. We're going to put it somewhere maybe in the center of the square over here. Over there, and then, you know, we can get a compass and it'll point in the right direction. So we'll do that a bit later on in the episode, and then over time we'll build the little pig pens. I've been experimenting, you know, digging this area out here. I'm going to try and make it a bit more of a natural shape, but I think I want to also go and build little structures, little piggy pens, you know. Not sure what shape or anything yet, but I do know I need to get some materials. But it's very scary going out there to try and find them. So let's head back to the overworld, and I'll show you an amazing way I've got of farming these and getting some more warped stems to finish the, you know, the staircase over here, to make it go all the way down there. Okay, so I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so for the lodestone we need one of these. And 8 chiseled stone bricks. Awesome. To make a lodestone. Yeah, baby. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh. That's a fancy block. Actually, I think I should make another one to put in our experiment hut in the ice village. Definitely. I'll do that right now. Okay. Where are the stone slabs? I did say stone slabs, I know, but I meant chiseled stone bricks. Okay, so I'll put one of those over here. Oh, that looks cool. There's the thing I was telling you about earlier where it looks like he's having a brain scan. Let's just push him into bed properly. Get in properly, dude. There we go. Into the machine. Look at that. Brain scan. Okay, cool. So we got our lodestone for that nether. Oops, I think we're going to have a quick nap. Alrighty, now I've got something really, really cool to show you. So I've been trying to farm those warped fungi, and I put a little something together here in this area in front of my house, or at the front. This is the back of the house, and it's really, really brilliant how this thing works. It's actually cat powered, but this was a total accident. This cat found his own way there. But anyway, check it out. Okay, it's giving us mostly crimson at the moment, although we do get the odd blue one, the warped one. Let me just switch it off for a second, and I'll show you what I mean. Oh, no, stop, kitty. Slow down. There we go. Okay, so at the moment it's got a crimson lilium in the front on top of this dispenser over here. But if you change that to the warped one, you see, we could do this with redstone. You know, we could have pistons on either side over here. This is intended for another spot. I will show you in just a moment. But now let's have a look, and we'll see. We should get mostly warped fungus. There we go. And everything goes into these hoppers over here. And so we've already got 11. Let's just stop the kitty. There we go. It's really, really quite simple to build. I mean, this is just an activator rail, and there's redstone underneath, going towards that dispenser underneath that block. Let's just switch the water off quickly. And well, you'll see it in action now. So underneath here, let's show you quick. See, there's a little redstone line that goes all the way through there. Okay. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing with them. So obviously you've got to plant them on Nylium and you know, grow them into the stems. But I had a little oak tree farm over here that I was trying something out on. Another little practice area for redstone. I think we've been here before when I showed you this concrete machine in its infancy. So over here is the mine cart that delivers all the bone meal into these dispensers, and I've changed the dirt here obviously for Nylium. So the reason there's 2 rows of it, let's just plant these quickly. The reason there's 2 rows of it, obviously, because when these stems grow, so they sometimes turn it back to netherrack. And it's a bit manual, it's not an automatic thing, but it's a really, really quick way. So let me just get my diamond hoe. I haven't upgraded it to netherite yet, which I should do. All the work it's done. And, well, let's just switch it on and see what happens. There we go, it wasn't long at all. Now, the reason I put it against this wall over here is it's these blocks here that it's just so many of them. I know they're easy enough to farm and get rid of, but I don't want to have to do that every single time. So if I just clear out this channel, I'm getting all the wood that I need. Let's just get rid of everything else quickly. Okay, and now I don't have to clear these blocks out because there's no stems going to grow in there, so it doesn't matter what, you know, that can just stay like that. So now I'll just borrow some bone meal from here. See, I could always put another row of dispensers underneath this row and then just maybe have a pressure plate here to do it, and every time it needs to be changed back to Nylium, that could be an automatic process. But then it's just a matter of, I think I've got some spare here. Where did I keep them? Oh, here in the barrel. Okay. And you plant your next light. Switch it on. There we go. Get your more warp stems. Really easy. So what I'm going to do now is collect a whole lot of this and then finish off that staircase. There you go. I've got about, what's that, 4.5 stacks of warped stairs. I think that's going to be perfect. Now, the more eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed this monstrosity, you know, when we were looking at that machine over there. And this is something I also want to build in the Nether. So this will be moved. Oh, he's interested. What do you think? Oh no, he's going to make the kitty move, isn't he? Anyway, leave them to it. So that's going to be moved somewhere closer to where I'm growing them. Oh wow, look at that one. I don't get distracted, I promise. Look at that one. It's grown all the way up there. Actually, that looks really cool. Cool. Right, so anyway, back to work. This machine over here, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a automatic brewing machine. So like the one I've got for the villager breeder back there, this one though has 4 ingredients because I want to make first, what's it called, awkward potion, then, well, believe it or not, the gunpowder has to go there because for some reason when I trigger this machine, it goes first this one, then this one, the magma cream, then that one to make it last longer, and that one to make a splash potion. Very strange, I don't know how it does it that way, but it does it consistently, so I know that's where I have to put everything. And how it works is, right, so you've got this full of splash potions of fire resistance, and then you press a button and it gives it to you, okay? So how that's triggered is when this is empty, okay? So at the moment, let's say, oh, I just did it. I took one out, and it released the ones that were in there, and filled this up again to 3 again. So it'll let me take, and if I take this one, it'll throw the next 3 in. Okay, so I didn't need the whole timer and all that kind of thing as I did in the previous one, because I'm only going to, the purpose of this machine is to go into the Nether, and let me just make sure I don't trigger it again. Yeah, go into the Nether, just get splashed, and then be on my way and go adventuring, okay? So that's the purpose of this thing. So how it works is when, like I showed you earlier, when this one gets used, these get used up, it'll send a signal, okay, that gets reversed over here and gets sent through I think they call this a T flip-flop. So only one pulse gets sent through. Then we lengthen it to the same length as a button push, which this represents over here. So this will trigger this slime thing over here. It looks really nice when it works. It pushes it towards the dispensers and away again, and that's how I got it to dispense only one of each in the chute there, and in the order it's supposed to go into over here. So as you can see right at the end, it's produced 3 more. Now these stay in here and will only get released, okay, when the signal, okay, so you see here it pushes those across. It also continues down over here, okay, and simultaneously locks this hopper, okay, locks this hopper over here with the water bottles in, because then this gets powered, so this unlocks and then that locks, and then while these are locked, this can get unlocked through this repeater over here a split second later, and that releases everything that's in there, and 3 of them actually that are in there. One always kind of stays there as a place marker, I guess. Okay, so that's what's going to be installed in the Nether. Okay, so one more quick demonstration, and watch that column of redstone over there. There we go. Very simple machine. I mean, I know it looks complicated, and it was a bit of a headache to build. But anyway, eventually I'll move that into the Nether. But speaking of, let's go. Nearly. I've only landed on the edge here once. Okay, let me just check if I've still got my Goldie boots on. Yep, looking good, looking good. And I'll put that lodestone down. Actually, should I put the... lodestone here. I think maybe that's a better idea, hey? Right where the portal is. Okay, so let's just put it here. There. Okay, and what? Click a compass. I've not done this before. Oh yes, country load, take me home. Nice one. Oh, I feel so relieved now. Now I know I can always come back to this place. Cool, cool. Okay, last thing to do is to sort those stairs out. There we go. Nice massive blue staircase. I'll show you how it helps in a minute, but for now, there's the portal over there. So I've got the lodestone already to help us orientate ourselves. But this is what I mean when you're flying around looking at the Nether. It's so difficult to, without any reference points. Now we can clearly see. Oops, if we don't. Oops, see what happened there? Sorry, buddy. There we go. Alrighty, and on that brutal note, I'll say goodbye for this week. See you again next time. And thanks very much for joining me. Take care. Bye.